you got a little banged up there in fall camp, came back.
Yeah.
Finally feeling healthy. Just how good did it feel to get out there and make a difference tonight?
I mean, it felt great. Watching those guys on the sideline for 6 weeks kind of hurt. You kind of want to be out there with your guys, and you see they're fighting, and things aren't going our way. Like, it's just tough being on the sideline and not being able to do anything, especially when, like, you want to have a bigger role this year. So it was tough. It meant a lot to go out there tonight and be able to contribute, man.
I guess what's your mentality as a blocker? We saw you pick up, I want to say 3 or 4 blitzes, take those hard hits. So I guess what's your mentality as a blocker?
Bad intentions. Like, you don't want to go in there, like, soft. Like, you don't want to be hesitant. Like, my mentality is kind of going in there. Hoover's one of the best quarterbacks in the country. If I can keep him clean, then we're going to have big plays. He's going to make big throws. He's going to make the right reads. So if I can keep him healthy and keep him protected, then I did my job.
Speaking of bad intentions, what do you think of the defenses?
Man, I was coming up to him every time in between halftime or in between drives and before they would get out there. Abe's flying around, Bud's flying around. All those guys are flying around, and that was the mentality going into this game. We had a team meeting before we got out here, and like this motto was burn the boats, where there's no turning back, there's no retreating. Defense isn't playing with their backs against the wall. We're going forward. We're not looking back. So that's kind of how we're looking at the season. They flew around, bad intentions. That's how I think they're going to do the rest of the year.
How important do you think it was just for the team's overall mentality kind of to win a game like this where it wasn't y'all's best game, but still put it out in tough world?
I think it was huge. I think it was huge for us to kind of look and see that we're just scratching the surface. Like, there's so many things we could have did better. We know that, like, tomorrow we're going to get in, we're going to get treatment, we're going to watch the film, we're going to get out on the field, we're going to try and get better, figure out what we did bad, try and do it better next week, and we're going to get after it and get ready for Tech.
Josh, after the bye, we just how really feel to get to win, especially considering the role of our guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so proud of our team. And first off, I mean, you know, God has done so many things in my life and the things in the lives of our teammates and the guys on our team, and we've seen so much transformation through some of the adversity we've been through, and so we just, you know, give all the credit to the Lord, and so thankful for my team and our defense. I mean, that's one of the best defensive performances I've ever seen. So they played so hard tonight, and they set the tone. And offensively, we scored some points, but should have been a little bit better in the red zone, and kind of missed out on some opportunities that, you know, we're going to get fixed and focus on going forward. But you got to give credit to Utah. That defense is really, really good, and their scheme was good. They did a lot of different stuff and tried to confuse us and, you know, put us into some tough situations. And so you got to give the credit when it's due. And Utah's a good football team, and this environment's, I mean, it's nothing like I've ever been around.
Did you keep from getting frustrated when you had those red zone chances and you couldn't convert?
Yeah, you just got to keep playing. You can't do anything about it once it happens. You know, you just got to put it behind you. And, you know, the first drive was my fault. You know, I got to have stronger hands pulling that ball, and the running back thought he had it, and I got to pull it a little tougher and have my hands on it. So that was my fault. But just had to put that stuff behind us and keep playing. And I think our team just really matured, and we're able to do that. So that helped us.
Just talk about Trent Battle's impact tonight.
Yeah, it's so good having him back out there again. It's really his first chance he's had to kind of run the ball like that, and I'm so proud of him and the guy he is. He's one of those guys that shows up, and every day he works hard, and he's going to do the right thing, and he's never going to complain. And he's the ultimate teammate, the ultimate guy. And so I'm just so proud of him and the way he played tonight. Our offensive line played unbelievable with all the different stuff they're doing up front, and just super proud of those guys.
I also saw Trent kind of stick his nose in there with the blitz. I guess how important is that for you to kind of get another person to kind of protect the line?
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, gives you a lot of comfort back there when you know that just because you're going to get heated up doesn't mean you're not going to have 2 or 3 seconds to find somebody to throw it to. So, you know, having a running back that'll stick his face in there and pick up blitzes is huge, especially against a team like Utah. You know, when they pressure a lot, do a lot of, you know, simulated pressures and all kinds of stuff. So they're a really good team, and super glad we have the backs we do to step up in there and give us time to throw the ball.
What changed in the second half? You guys were just going up and down the field in the first and second half. Yards were coming a little tougher, and then you weren't converting third downs.
Yeah, I think you know, just a couple of things on our end just not clicking the way we should, and most of that's me. And so I think that just going forward, just doing a better job of understanding what they're doing to us, and then adapting, and then continuing to make the plays we need to move down the field and continue to move the ball. So you know, second half just had a couple little things that kept us from being as successful moving the ball up and down the field.
Devean didn't have a huge night catching the ball, but he had some direct snaps that were pretty crucial. What is his versatility offer to this offense?
yeah, he's just super, like you said, versatile, and he can do so many different things. And the most important thing is just getting the football. Whether it's catching it, handing it to him, letting him catch the ball, all kinds of stuff. So, like that 4th and 1 right there to go win the game. I mean, we're all in the huddle, and as soon as he said we were running that play, I had full confidence that he was going to go get it, and he did. So that guy's the ultimate teammate, ultimate player, and just can't say enough good things about him and just his competitiveness and his toughness. In this part of the year, everybody's kind of dealing with stuff, and he just continues to battle through the entire game, and no matter what's going on. So just so proud of him and just his relentless effort.
Talked a little bit about the offensive struggles at times this season. How challenging is it when you're seeing your team go through some of those struggles to not try to do too much or to make a play that your team doesn't need?
Yeah, I think it is, and I think that's a lesson that I've kind of learned this year, and I think we did a pretty good job of it tonight, not trying to force things whenever it wasn't there, and just kind of understanding when we need to punt and just move on to the next drive. So that's part of growing up as a quarterback and just understanding when to check the ball down, when to do certain things, and just giving our a team a chance to win. And that's part of growing up and being a mature quarterback. And so that's something I'm striving for and continuing to work on, in my game, and it's going to help us.
Anything else for Josh? Thank you. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Statistically, you're one of the leaders in the country right now in terms of passing yards.
I'm sorry.
You're one of the leading quarterbacks here in passing yards. When you see these stats and part of the scheme and just your ability, is it hard not sometimes just try to force balls because you know you have the ability to get there?
Yeah, I think that's I feel like I've God has blessed me with the ability to throw the football and be pretty accurate. So I think I know that sometimes. I think as a young player earlier in my career, I definitely struggle with that some, thinking that I could make every throw. And I think, like I was talking about, maturing and growing up as a quarterback, you have to understand, when to take those chances and when to check it down and just move the chains and just be a complete quarterback, right? Not just this gunslinger that there's highs and lows. And so just trying to just be a complete quarterback, and I'm striving for that. I'm trying to do my best to just be the best operator, and still have that gunslinger mentality, when I need to, when I can. So just finding that balance, and that's something I'm striving for.
Thanks, Josh.
All right, thank you guys.
I think that was the best physical performance of the year so far.
Yes, sir, so far, for sure. Hopefully we're going to build on that. So I'm proud of what we did out there today.
What was the game plan? Were you trying to stop the run and forcing the freshman quarterback to make some plays that he may not be comfortable?
In general, we felt like people have been trying to run the ball on us. I feel like when we get in those passing situations and we get to go eat, we're even more dangerous. So really, we locked in on the fundamentals of just strike, snatch, pad level, pad leverage, eyes. And I feel like everybody took their one-on-one and they beat it. So once we got to those third down situations, we took advantage of it for sure.
It was your first multi-sack game of your career, I believe, tonight. Just talk about what was working for you up there and how your win was won.
We did a lot of looks. Give credit to Coach Avalos for scheming stuff up, and at the end of the day, we watched film, I seen their sets, and I felt confident in it. Felt a lot of confidence going into the week, just everybody getting healthy and getting that little bye week. So, took advantage of the sets when they were there, and we got a lot of other guys. So when I got one-on-one, I feel like I got to win that. So, for sure.
Cooper performed nicely while he was out tonight. I guess what was just your mindset knowing that your running back was going to be there?
I love my guy Coop, so knowing that he's hurt and I had to step up, that was a big deal. We talked about it in the locker room, D-line room, and going out there knew that I was going to probably get like every snap, so just take advantage of it. You pray for opportunities. I wish it wasn't the way it happened, but at the end of the day, when it's put in front of me, thank God for giving me the opportunity, and then we'll take advantage of it.
Offense march right down the field, the first 2 drives, turnover, blocked field goal. How hard is it to keep that defensive mentality of having to get right back out there, do it again?
Those are our brothers. At the end of the day, I love playing football, so we take our opportunities where we get them. If it's fumble on whatever 10-yard line, it doesn't make any difference to us. At the end of the day, it's our job to go out there and bail them out because they're going to do the same for us plenty of times down the road.
How do you take this performance and build on it for next week?
How we got to it. What did we work in practice? We really emphasized the foundation, fundamentals, and just being hyped for our brothers, making the plays. Knew we had to bring our own energy. I mean, in a hostile environment, the environment was awesome and everything like that. So really just building on the fact that, like, if everybody does their 111s, we're dangerous. I mean, we got more talent than I've probably had on any other team. So for sure.
This defense looks a lot different than the one that played Houston. What happened over the bye week for you guys?
I mean, we had to take a look in the mirror. I mean, to be honest, at the end of the day, we knew we put a performance out there that we aren't proud, or that isn't us. So at the end of the day, we really got back down to the fundamentals. Like I said, Coach Avalos really emphasized when you're one-on-one, do your job, and your brothers got you. And I felt like you saw that even when we had. I mean, I had a missed tackle. I know my brothers were coming to get him, both literally and my teammates. So I knew they were going to get them, and it's a fun feeling when you know that you can make mistakes because you got people coming behind you.
How much confidence do you think you build for the team? It could have been easy when the offense wasn't scoring for guys starting. It's UCF over you, but you guys prepared. How important do you think that is just for the team?
I mean, I feel like that's big time. Like I said, it's a special team. We got a block kick. We had it was all three phases, and at the end of the day, that's what we're here for. And when they go and score, we got to go get a stop, and it's vice versa. If they score on us, we expect them to go get it back. So, I mean, it's a big confidence builder, and then it's just it gives them confidence that they can go out there and play free because at the end of the day, they know we got their back, and the same vice versa.
You go one more if you had last one.
Yeah, I talked about how great the environment was out there. It was really loud. How good does it feel, especially in that first half, when you guys were able to keep the crowd out of it because of the way the defense is playing?
I mean, it's awesome. Like, it feel like you coming in here with your guys. I mean, we get on the plane, we fly, whatever, 2.5 hours, and it's just, I mean, it's us versus the world. I know it's always just 11 people out there, but at the end of the day, we brought our own energy, and like you said, quiet in the crowd that, is coming. They're coming expecting the yell and everything be loud, so that's always a great feeling. And like I said, it just builds that camaraderie, knowing that it's us versus the world.
Thanks,